Hi there, lovely viewers. In our English video lesson today, we're going to learn more vocabulary words with Sam Harris on Tom Bilyeu's show. The words, plus their definitions and plenty of example sentences will be in the description part of the YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy this lesson too.
That scares me a lot more than we're all having a hard time figuring out what is true. Now, I have a pitch for how I think we figure out what is true. That is certainly going to be flawed.
He's going to share his opinion, but he acknowledges that this point of view, this perspective, will be flawed. There will be something wrong with it.
But the first thing I want to either agree, debate, whatever, is, do you agree that this is sort of the sequencing of events, that we have this wall of information, it's coming in too fast, it's all rolled up into headlines, there's no nuance?
There is no nuance. It's all black and white. Nuance is a great word for you to learn. There is no shades of gray anymore.
Most people probably aren't smart enough to deal with the nuance anyway. And now temptation one is to just go, oh, dear elites, pre-masticate all of this for us until...
So a couple of good words there. The first one is elite, which refers to a select group of people with superior abilities, perhaps experts. The next word is masticate, which literally means to chew something, but Tom is suggesting that perhaps certain experts could digest this information, could analyze this information for us.
That's what to do. We tried that. They have agendas, even if they're really being sincere and trying to be good.
And we have tried that. Even if they're well-meaning, that they're honorable, sometimes they have agendas, hidden plans to sway public opinion.
They have agendas, and that just feels absolutely shitty. Feels like you're being manipulated. It breaks all your trust. Can't do that. The other one is, just absolute top down, do what the fuck you're told, shut up, and this is it. Both of those strike me as horrendous.
Both of those strike him as horrendous. If you want to share your opinion or your impression of something, you could just follow that pattern. Both of those approaches strike him as terrible.
And that leaves the third option, which is free speech, which has become contentious.
He says free speech has become contentious. Let's talk about the word contentious, causing a lot of disagreement. Why? Because there are people who believe that we should be able to broadcast our views on social networking platforms without any form of monitoring, right? Whereas there are others who hold the view that there should be a form of regulation, even a ban on certain individuals with horrible views and perspectives.
Somehow. So as a child of the 80s, to me, that's like the greatest thing ever. I'm all for free speech. I love what Elon is doing on Twitter. I think it's amazing. But at the same time, I know that's not widely shared. I'm not even sure where you fall down.
Yeah, no, I can push back on some of that.
I can certainly push back on some of that. This is a great way for you to say that I'd like to challenge some of your views, or I'd like to disagree with you.
Well, so a couple of distinctions. One is that...
Couple of distinctions, all right? There are certain differences that need to be highlighted there.
It's not just that everything gets boiled down to headlines, right? I mean, that is a problem. Sometimes the headline doesn't even faithfully represent what's actually in the article.
Sometimes the headline doesn't actually faithfully represent what's in the article, and that is certainly a problem.
And so many people only read the headlines, they never even read the article, right? So there's that problem. That problem's been with us for a while.
A good word that I could introduce here is perennial. That is a perennial problem.
There's the algorithmic boosting of outrage and misinformation preferentially.
There's also another issue, and that is to algorithmically boost a viewpoint which is outrageous, that will cause a lot of anger and disagreement.
Which is the problem, and on social media. And the distinction, so I would make one distinction, which is, and this is, many people have made this, that like freedom of speech and freedom of reach are different things, right? So you should be free to post whatever you want to post, but it is a choice on the side of the social media company to preferentially boost or dampen whatever they want to boost or dampen.
So he is suggesting that there could be another option whereby the social media company decides which message, which idea to amplify and which one to dampen, to make sure that that idea is not promulgated, is not
Right?
spread.
So as to change the character of the conversation.
Yeah.
And they have to make decisions there. To make no decision is itself a decision, right? So if you're going to make it completely flat, people will have one experience. If you're going to tweak it algorithmically,
If you're going to tweak it algorithmically, to tweak is to make small changes to something.
people have a different experience, and that is a business choice that they are incentivized to make.
That is a business choice that they are incentivized to make. They are motivated by that business choice, incentivize. Sometimes we use that word to talk about how we should motivate people to do good things. We need to incentivize people to do good deeds.
Largely because they have a terrible business model. I mean, it's the gaming of attention is
The gaming of attention, the perhaps manipulation of the algorithm so that we grab people's attention.
is a bad business model, I would argue. So the fact that it's an ad-based attention economy has a lot to do with with the kind of the original sin of social media, I think, is the business model.
The original sin, which is obviously a religious hint.
And if these were all subscription businesses, I think we could have a different, landscape there with respect to social media. But still, there would be a moderation burden, and it's something that it seems like they're never going to get right. Even, I mean, except for in the presence of something like omniscient AI that
Except for the presence of omniscient AI. Omniscient means all-knowing. A lot of people use the word omniscient to their belief in an all-knowing deity or God. I hope you've learned some words from this video lesson. Keep an eye out for future ones.